What's up, historians? We got a crazy week. We got a whole new format coming to Arena, and we'll go over our top 5 new Capenna cards for the historic format. All on this week's crazy new edition of Mana Rant. But first, I'm Hoshi, the man of many intros, creator of many decks, and user of only one of them. And you are listening to the Mana Rant podcast, where, like always, I am joined by a man whose belly is literally exploding out of his shirt right now. I keep telling you, man, you gotta buy bigger shirts, dude. It's fat fucking drunken Dork.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, you couldn't even keep a straight face. Yeah, I appreciate this intro. You know, actually, I think your intro. This is me just trying not to admit I'm fat, but I think your intro actually speaks a little more to like the way I play Magic than it does than the fat part.
Sure, man. Yeah. You're great. Look at your top. Even your top, it's coming out the top now, dude. Dude,
it is literally like, woo. That's because they got such big titties, dude. Like strong titties, right?
Yeah, I don't think they call them titties when they're talking about strong, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll talk. We'll talk offline. And wait. What is this we have here? Is that Apollo, the original Big Wall? It turns out that he's not just some random bit that we've been doing for a very long time for some weird nonsensical reason. Back from the dead and as ugly as ever, it's Michael Apollo, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi.
Yo.
He's here.
What up? Yes.
He's actually here.
I am back from the dead.
So Apollo has been gone. He's been at boot camp, and now he has a house. He's not stuck in barracks anymore. So he'll probably be showing up more often now, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hopefully.
sure. Yeah, I'm an adult now, dude.
Oh man, yeah.
Let's take it week by week. You can
change.
I mean, your body may be your body may be a balding, overweight adult, but your brain, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a 5-year-old.
You can change your own diapers now.
I'm a big boy.
Anyways, welcome back to the show, everybody, and thank you for joining us. We're the Mana Dorks, all three of us, for the first time in a long time, all three of us. And this is a Mana Rant podcast where we talk about everything in Magic the Gathering, mainly everything in Arena, and we tend to focus more on historic, but there's a new format that we will probably be focusing very much on when that comes out as well. So our show moves through the segments of Magic. It moves through all phases of it, with the main phases being like our main topics of the show. But you know what? There's going to be time hacks in the description if you want to hop around. We'll put everything down there. So let's just start the show off with the first phase, which is the Untap phase.
Untap.
All right, and Untap is our first phase where we untap some drinks that we're going to be enjoying during the show. So let's start off with Apollo, since he's back. Yeah, what are you drinking, Apollo?
It's been a long time since I've done this.
It has.
So I'm going right back for the old school fans that know I'm like an IPA head.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm living out here in Maryland now, DC, Virginia area. So I went with some local. Dude, this logo is like absolutely ridiculous.
Whoa.
It's like a cyborg deer. It's from Devil's Backbone Brewing Company, and it's called Cyborg Brain Juice Dank IPA.
Why does the reindeer have anything to do with brain juice?
I don't know, man.
Is that like their mascot, like a deer maybe or something?
Yeah, maybe it's a deer and they turned him into cyberpunk, dude, because cyberpunk's cool.
Well, that's cool.
But yeah, no, it looked really cool. I have had it before. It is pretty tasty. I don't know about danky, but
Danky,
tasty. Yeah, new words.
Make up your goddamn mind.
It's very
dude. Starting the dumb off early, man.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, that's what I'm drinking.
Nice, man. Drunken. What are you untapping?
So my Cakerator is out of beer, and I went to go fill it up the other week, and my local brewery, they were all out of beer. They're like, dude, you drank it way too much. Like, they were like, intervention. No, they didn't have any, so I'm drinking beer out of a can like a normal person. And this week I got Rogue. It's like semi-local here, so
nice,
yeah.
Dude.
I like Rogue.
All right, well, here we go. Let's see if this one fucking shoots through the ceiling like last time. Okay, awesome.
Just a little,
just a little pss, yeah, not too bad. This one, I labeled PP on there, and it's not actually urine. It's pineapple passion fruit. This is hard kombucha that I made. And yeah, these things are fucking strong and nice. Low carb, strong, just how I like it, you know?
I've seen that in the last 40 episodes since I've been gone, you've gone from like gasoline to just straight up just alcohol, mushroom juice.
Yeah, basically.
It's fermented. It's fermented tea, you know. But you know, close enough.
He's got 24 hours. He's got sandals on. He goes to bed with sandals on.
That's true. I walk through like
there's a tiny braid
curtains, you know?
There's a tiny little braid behind his head, you know, just one. Yeah. It goes all the way down to his asshole.
Soon he's gonna be like, "Hey man, what's going on?
Dude.
Welcome to the
What's up, guys?
Every once in a while, when you're lucky, he wears it over here.
Everything I own is made from hemp. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, with that though, let's just move on to our draw phase, man. No,
Upkeep, man.
Get ya, upkeep. Sorry, our
cool,
upkeep.
Dude.
Damn it. It was our upkeep. All right, so upkeep is our Reddit rant segment. And Reddit Rant is where we look to the internet for people bitching, complaining, ranting about Magic the Gathering. And that's pretty easy to do. And so it takes us literally like a minute to find these every week. So this week, let's check out Facebook. And Facebook, the Magic the Gathering MTG Facebook group, or whatever the hell they call them there. And this week we got Brett. And let's hear what Brett has to say.
I'm over the matchmaking in Arena. I played against nothing but Izay and Orzhov control with hardly any creatures for a week straight, so I swapped out 4 kill spells for 4 creatures. MTGA immediately nopes me with 2 days straight of only aggro opponents that 4 removal spells could have prevented. There is absolutely no way this is just a random occurrence. Okay. Done venting. Continue on.
Let's start with Apollo. What do you think about Brett, Apollo?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Facebook is toxic, so no surprise there that we're going to find some toxicity with Magic. This is like your typical crybaby post, crying about matchmaking. I don't know, man. Like in paper Magic, that's you played what people like to play, and it's usually in top tier of some form or another of top 3 decks. You know, you might play opponents and it's the same shit over and over. So I don't know. It's no surprise seeing it online.
I don't know.
I think Cry Me a River.
No, I think he's bitching about how, like, you know, he made a deck specifically because, like, it sounds like he was playing creatures, right? And then so he switched to control, and then now he's not playing any of the, you know, is it decks that he played against the last time?
I don't know. Might be going a little conspiracy land with that one. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Like, I know there is like a matchmaking algorithm in the arena.
Dude. It's a thing, man.
But is it as in depth as like Wizards is like, you know, watching you like, oh, he took out, you know, 4 spells and put in aggro. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they're.
I feel with this guy, you know, like this kind of stuff. This happens to me a lot. And I feel like
samesies.
This is the toxic player in me.
Yeah.
I think I have physically stood up in the middle of pooping before to like kick my legs, like, because I was so frustrated because I changed my deck over like 3 times. I was like, all right, I'm gonna play. You know, I'm playing against a lot of aggro, so I'm gonna play my Enchantress deck, and then I fucking lose. I'm like, oh well, then I'm gonna play my aggro deck, and then I play against control, and I'm like, and like it's so fucking frustrating because like, you know, I try to see like what the meta is, because the good thing about historic, the meta is constantly shifting. It's always shifting, it's always going round and round and round. And dude, sometimes I just can't I just can't read the meta. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like the more you play one deck, the more it just kind of like settles in on like one kind of thing. So like I've done it where I've like shifted around to a bunch of different decks, and that's the way that I really like to do it, because it feels like I'm playing different opponents. Where if I play one deck, I'll just see, is it like 10 games in a row or some shit, But if I keep switching them, it feels like there's no, maybe I'm messing with the algorithm or something. I don't know. I don't know. But it just feels like I'm, it's not just like one type of deck that I'm playing against all the time. So, it keeps me from being such a conspiracy nut, like all these people. Like the first comment underneath was, the matchmaking algorithm. Yes. Same Z's is what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, but this guy's like talking about switching from PC to mobile, see, that's what I'm saying. You get deeper into the conspiracy.
He's like, see, I know how to do it. You got to put the tinfoil hat on and then spin around 3 times in arena. Can't track you. You know what you're doing.
Look, guys, you want to climb the ladder? You got to make different decks. You got to switch every 3 games. Switch from your phone back to PC. Get an Apple Pro, iBook Pro.
Yeah, that's the way you really mess with them. You go from Mac to PC.
Yes.
Back to Mac.
Yeah. And then if you really want to fuck with them,
you stream your PC to your PlayStation 5. You got him. You finally got him.
And then if
Watson
you go,
will have no idea what to do.
If you go into Linux, man, that's the ultimate trump card.
There we go.
They're like, what? We didn't even know people use Linux besides fucking incel weirdos. Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, cool. Well, that was Reddit rant. That was our Reddit rant. Turns out this week. So with that, we are going to go into our draw phase. Let's draw. And draw is this week it's going to be MTG News with the biggest headest anchor to ever exist. Big fat drunken Dork. Take it away.
What is up, everyone? This is MTG News. We had a whole bunch of shit revealed this week. The article is State of the Game, Streets of New Capenna.
Capenna.
All right,
is it Capenna?
All right.
It's Capenna. Yeah,
all right.
That's it.
All right, so Streets of New Capenna. They have mechanics, they have hideaway, they talk all about that stuff. We don't really care, really. And then they say, and more. Introducing Explorer. Now, this is where things get exciting.
Yeah.
The important stuff. Explorer is a constructed, non-rotating, true to tabletop format using all the Pioneer legal cards available on MTG Arena. And then it says it will feature the same constructed queues and events available for Standard. So this is really good. That means that they're going to support this, which they don't do for pretty much anything. Yeah, unless it's alchemy or standard. Yeah, and so this is a good thing because it's showing that they are going to support it at least for a week or two.
Yeah.
And then it says it will begin with the same ban list as Pioneer, but we may need to manage it separately. More on that below. It will be available in MTG Arena for deck building with the game update available today, April 21st. I didn't see it on there. I was looking today.
I didn't see it. Yeah, and let's say just sneaky. They snuck it in there. Maybe sneaky like.
So I didn't try making a deck yet. Maybe I didn't have a legal deck, but I know that's not true because I have alchemy decks. So maybe those alchemy cards aren't legal in it, right? Because those cards aren't legal in Pioneer. I don't know.
Alchemy cards would not be legal in it. Yeah, because it's supposed to not have any of the digital shit. Yeah.
So maybe that's why it wasn't coming up for me. Okay. Do you guys want me to read this whole article, or should we just get to the nitty?
No, we'll go over like what we think, I guess, in the next phase.
Okay, so one other thing that's very important, I didn't highlight it. They say it somewhere in the article though, is they finally talk about Historic Anthology 6, and they say it's coming later this summer. I can't find it right now in the article, but they did announce it. they did they did say that there is actually a historic anthology thing still going on, which is nice to hear.
Nice.
Because we hear nothing about it. They are completely non-transparent about historic anthology, but they did say it's coming, and it's coming later this summer. Anything you guys think about that?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, we were just talking about it recently. We were like, they're not. It seems like they're fucking done with it. Like when
yeah, exactly.
Alchemy came out, they were just like, yeah, this is what we give a shit about now. Fuck your historic anthologies. So that's cool. Yeah, we'll see. They're like, you'll get it in a year. We'll come out with one. Yeah, so we'll see what they do with it. I'm kind of curious what they're actually going to put in there.
I mean, I'm obviously really excited for the format, and with the future of the channel too. What does that mean? Because Explorer is essentially what we were hoping would stay with historic.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited for Explorer. I'm excited that they addressed it, and they say specifically it's a constructed, non-rotating, true to tabletop, like what historic should have been.
Yeah.
But they did this whole alchemy thing, and with the digital freaking renditions of the cards and nerfing and buffing and stuff, I hated it. That's what made me stop playing best 2 out of 3, and I play Historic Brawl. So I guess to sum it up, it's that meme I sent you guys. Maybe we can add it in post, but it's like Principal Skinner, or it's like Watsy. It's like, am I out of touch? It's like, no, the players are wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like they just can't admit that they fucked up. You know, that's why they're adding this. They know that people are pissed. They know they're losing money, so they're adding something new. So they're giving us pseudo what we want, a non-rotating, true to tabletop format. Yeah. And
that's what I've been saying. I've been standing on my soapbox for the last couple of weeks being like, I'm free to play now. No one gives a shit. But if no one cares if I do, or that person that's on Facebook that's like, I'm quitting, and everyone's like, it's not an airport, you don't have to fucking announce your departure or whatever, right? It's like everyone says that. But if a bunch of people start doing it, they will listen. That's the only way they'll actually listen. So
I have a question for you then. We're going to talk about Pioneer next step. So let's not talk about Pioneer now. HA6.
Yeah.
I know you're free to play. You've said it many times, Hoshi. Okay, you're cool, dude. Whatever.
That's true. I am super cool. The coolest.
When HA6 comes out, when these very historic centric sets come out. All right, you're annoying. When these very historic centric sets come out, are you going to buy them, or are you still going to be free to play? Just curious.
I didn't say I'm free to play forever. If they start doing shit right, I'll start buying back into stuff. I want to reward good behavior out of them. I'm treating Watsy like a bad behaving child right now. You do something good, I'll give you money. You do bad stuff, no, I'm going free to play, right? So
I mean, I feel like I'm on the same boat right now. Capenna, I'm not putting any money into this set because I don't think this. We'll talk about it later. I don't think the set's particularly good, especially not for historic. Yeah. But if they introduce HA6 and they got a whole bunch of fucking bling in there, a whole bunch of wild ass cards that totally change up the set, which it normally does.
It does, yeah. Or they're just fun. They're just fun cards that they put in there.
Yeah, so, exactly. Or they're just fun. I'm willing to invest in it. Now, Michael, HA6 specifically, what do you think about that? Are you excited? I know you are specifically or more particularly what is that format called? Brawl.
Best player. Of 3. Oh, Brawl, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what do you
excited.
Think?
Yeah, I've always loved the anthology sets. I always thought they're really cool, even if some of the cards were shit, flavor wise. They've always been pretty decent. Obviously some anthologies have been worse than others. But I don't know what's to say what this set will come out, but I'm hoping they'll put some cool stuff up, change the format up again, maybe get me back into best of 3, because I'm also free to play because of Alchemy. So maybe this will bring me back. I don't know, but nice. I am excited for HA6.
All right, one more question.
Yeah.
One card and one theme for HA6. Hoshi,
Oh, slivers. Slivers.
Nice. I love it. Okay, slivers and sliver. Any sliver that comes
Overlord.
out, right?
Sliver Overlord.
There we go.
Final answer.
All
Final
right.
answer. Yeah.
Apollo.
Ooh, that's on the spot.
Yeah, it is on the spot. Yeah.
Shit. I have honestly no idea. I
me a
play
theme,
slivers.
Ben. Give me a theme like enchantments or, low to the
More
ground
Cascade.
creatures. More Cascade.
I would like more Cascade.
Okay. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for more graveyard stuff, man. Anytime they can give me graveyard stuff, I'm happy with. Or more taxing items. I know, Hoshi, you're in with this.
I do.
Something like that. Tax my what's that?
Yeah,
What's that
like-
card that taxes artifacts that makes them so they can't activate abilities?
Oh yeah.
Give me that! Oh my god, I want it.
I want some of that pillow fort stuff, like the propaganda and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I really want some of those in those. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You want to attack me? You got to pay for it.
You gotta pay the attack.
I like it.
I love
like
those. Those are great. Hey, I did notice one more thing in this article because there was a quality of life improvement was down at the bottom, and I immediately sighed because I was like, what do they consider quality of life improvement? I doubt it's what I do, but they did do one that really I do like. Remember when a new set comes out, how you like if you pay for it with gold, you have to buy one fucking pack at a time. You're like one click. It's like a 10,000 clicks to like buy 50 cards. They're making it now so that you can buy, I think, more of them with gold. I think that's what this is saying. Yeah, in increments of 10.
It is not.
No, it's not. Wait, what? Say goodbye to the boring days
it's
where
saying
you can only open.
Now, the open packs was only 1 or 10.
Oh, motherfucker.
Now you can open the packs in increments.
Good. You still can't buy
You still
them
have
with...
to slog through the fucking pack by pack by. It's so dumb.
Never mind.
It's so dumb.
I recant my... belay my
No
last.
quality of life.
Belay my last.
They're like, no. We really want you to spend your
Yeah.
hard-earned money.
No.
That way you can use your gold for something else.
There's some asshole that's probably like, if they buy it one by one, it's more exciting that way for them or something because it's like they're earning their packs or some shit, and then everyone in the boardroom's like, it's like they're fucking earning their packs. Or
I think what's really happening is there's some jackass in there that's jerking off, and he's
God
like,
damn it, yeah.
If they're just buying one pack at a time, they're just not going to want to buy them anymore and just use real
Then they're
money.
gonna want to use gems. Yeah.
Is that your fuck face?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
Yeah. Look into my eyes when I do it next time.
I was. It was terrifying.
Good. Good. That's how it's supposed to look.
I love the last line that they say too, where it's like, no more waiting to open them one by one or waiting for that perfect 10. It's like, well, I still have to buy them, jackass, one by one.
Yeah, I don't care about that part. I can open them one by one or by 10. I want to buy them quicker though. That part is super lame, That part sucks. Opening a pack one by one, that's it. You're at least cracking the pack, and they got the whole animation.
It's exciting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That part I enjoy
trying to
more.
ruin Christmas.
Yeah, just me buying 50 packs with gold one by fucking one is super shitty though.
I'm telling you, that meme, put it in post. It fits. Am I out of touch?
It
No,
does.
it's the players who are wrong.
All right. Yeah. To the internet. I'm going to complain about this now. So stand by, Reddit. I'll be there in a minute to get downvoted immediately. All right. Anyways, so, all right. Well, that was news. Was there anything else that we missed? Any big things?
Nope.
No? Cool. Nope. Let's move to main phase 1.
Main phase 1.
All right, so main phase 1, we're talking about the new format, man. So yeah, Drunken, what's up? What do you feel about this? What do you think about Explorer?
I'm excited. So originally I I was like, oh yeah, that's it. They're finally going to bring us multiplayer. This is going to be the best thing ever.
Oh yeah. We were texting about this.
A ton of money. And no, obviously not. They made Explorer, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any Eternal format I'm going to be happy about. Standard is boring. Alchemy is fucking boring.
Yeah.
You know, Historic is the only golden format along with Brawl, which I don't really play that often, just because the queues are fucking dumb. And like the way they have the they set up your opponent, you know, like who you're playing against, the algorithm's just fucking stupid. But yeah, no, I am excited. What this really means to me and what makes me so excited about this is like they were stepping back in sets, right? We got Zendikar, right? Did we get that one yet? We got what were the sets they stepped back into? Amonkhet, and then what was the other one?
Kaladesh.
Oh, Kaladesh, that's right. Yeah, those two. And the next one was going to be Zendikar, then followed by something else. Whatever. What makes me happy
Cons, I think.
What makes me happy about this is they are going to
spicy.
continue this because they are not transparent about it at all. And what, like in the beginning, it seemed like it was rolling along like very smoothly, right? We did get Amonkhet, and we did get the other set. And then we got nothing, and then we got HA sets, and then we got
then they were like,
which yeah, and I like all of those. They're all nice, but I just want consistency. That's what I want. I want to know what's coming, and like this tells me, especially because they're going to be supporting this format, like they support standard. This tells me that they are going to start coming out with those sets regularly or more regularly, which is a good thing, not just for this, but for our beloved set or format, Historic.
Yeah, I like that. I really like what you said about the consistency part because it seemed like they were doing that, but they never really expressly said it like they're doing now.
Yeah,
WotC has just seemed, at least with Arena, like so fucking chaotic the last like year with what they've been doing. You have no fucking idea what they're gonna do, and then they do shit like this all the time where they're like, stand by. Next week, I'm going to unveil our new strategy going forward. It's like, for fuck's sake, man, just give us exactly. It's like it's like every week some dude busts into a boardroom there and he's like, we're changing everything. You know, fuck, man. Like, it's not cool as a player to like just have no fucking clue what's going on with the game that you like, you know?
Yeah.
And they do that to us all the time, man. And it's been kind of taxing. So Apollo, what do you think? Like, clearly you sound like you're a little excited about it, talking about getting maybe back into best of 3 again, you know? What do you think?
That's where I truly shine. And by shine, I mean, I still lose a lot, but I do want to play ranked, and Historic Brawl has plenty of issues, but I dig it. For those that don't know, like that play Moto, like they did this with Vintage. It was called the Classic until all the cards were finally in, and then they called it Vintage. Yeah. And even then, it's still not a true Vintage. So this won't be eventually true Pioneer, but they're not going to put every single fucking, bear in like cards that don't matter. So if you guys haven't read the article, highly suggest you read it. But I love it. I really love it. Like, Historic is one of the most like beloved formats, and I hate how they've been doing it. And now that there's a true to tabletop, non-rotating, constructed format, like, I dig it. I really do dig it. I love Explorer, which will eventually be Pioneer. Aside from like modern, Pioneer was something I really liked in actual paper. So I'm excited to do it and see how they're going to progress with it, add cards. I really like that they're saying that the ban list is going to be coinciding with the actual ban list. Like, it's going to be the real format. So I think it's good. I like it. I also like that they said that HA6 will include cards that will, benefit Historic and Explorer. So being that it comes out and it's going to be brand new, we're going to get some cards that right away we can use. So
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play.
That kind of actually annoys me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because if they were going to come out with a set like, we'll say the Zendikar set, right? The next one to come out. And they're like, no, we're not going to include 2 cards because we want a little bit more of that money. You know what I'm saying? And like, we'll put them in the HA6 set instead. That way, rather than getting packs or something, they have to fucking they have to use gems or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. It really is. Like, I don't know. I'm of two minds of that whole process right there. It is a little frustrating. Like they've been doing that for a while. You know, initially when they came out with the HA sets, like there was on Reddit, like on the historic subreddit, which I used to be on a lot, people were constantly complaining because they're like, man, this HA set has Thoughtseize in it. But Thoughtseize was in the original... Fuck, dude, I can't think of anything right now.
No, not
Amonkhet. It's the enchantment set, the god set.
Theros?
Theros, yeah. Thoughtseize was in the original Theros, which is eventually supposed to come out in our format. You know what I mean? Because originally when they were talking about historic, they're like, this is basically the online version of Pioneer. Yeah. That's how they introduced it originally, right? So they were going to continue to step back all the way until they had all the Pioneer sets, and it was going to be like online Pioneer. Yeah. And that was pissing a lot of people off, and they obviously didn't hear any of that, and that is kind of frustrating a little bit to me.
Yeah. I guess like going back like really quick, I want to finish that thought because you make a good I am still upset about everything. Like I do love the idea of Pioneer and Explorer, but they fucked us with alchemy and trying to make historic like buffs and nerfs and esports and bullshit, dude. Like, and instead of just admitting they're wrong, or in the first place, never doing it in the first place, right? Like, going on the path, people have voiced their opinions very explicitly of how much they love. Oh yes, you're finally doing the right moves, and WotC's like, yeah, we're gonna fucking, hey, fuck you, hey, let's do this now, and yeah, it's kind of like, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, cool, finally, they're doing it. I'm going to play it. You're going to see some money coming from my wallet. But maybe it's a little too late.
That's so funny that you said that. It's like one of the reasons that they're going with Pioneer is not just because people want it. It's because they can't admit that they were wrong about historic, and with the weird, I don't know why they've been so resistant about like, hey, no one in historic likes that the alchemy changes affect historic. And they're like, fuck you, we don't care. Like, why? No one wants that. I've literally seen no one who's been in favor of that. Usually there's always somebody who likes something, that's like, I'm excited about it. Literally no one is like, this is a good idea that buffs and debuffs hit historic from alchemy that are geared towards alchemy affect historic. So instead,
this isn't fucking League.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like who did the CEO make that decision or something? And everyone's like, oh, we can't walk back on that because he really fucking likes that idea. So they're like, I know, we'll give him Pioneer. There we go. That they wanted Pioneer forever. That'll shut them the fuck up, right? And then we'll just kill off historic eventually, which is I don't know why. Yeah. WotC, goddamn. Well, whatever.
So I am one of the people that actually don't mind the alchemy changes to historic too much. What bothers me is that they don't give people. I know. I am the few, but like there are good and there are bad, right? Like, I don't think they've actually changed anything that has really, really affected historic, from the alchemy changes.
It's true.
I think maybe that land is probably the man land is probably
Faceless Haven and Luminarch Aspirant, dude.
Yeah.
They're useless.
But those Luminarch Aspirant was in one deck. Faceless Haven is a little bit bigger because it was in a lot of different deck types, right?
They really
and people
Faceless
kind of
Haven.
stopped using it. And what really bothers me is they're like, we don't want to confuse people, right? We don't want too many formats out there. Oh my God. Like, we could have an alchemy historic and we could have a historic, right? We could have this version of historic that has alchemy changes. We could have this historic version that doesn't have alchemy changes. And people aren't fucking dumb. No. They can understand. The more formats you have, the more successful I really do think you're going to be. Right? Like, dude, 2 weeks ago, they had Popper. I played more Arena that fucking day on Midweek Madness than I had played in like a month. I was just playing over and over and over and building cards. I was like, and building decks and like having a lot of fucking fun. Because they had that format out for a day. Yeah. Historic Popper, and like it only comes out once every fucking 3 years or something. Who fucking knows how often it
if the
comes
stars
out.
align and shit.
Yeah, and like people aren't gonna be like, they're not gonna be fucking pushed to the sideline because you have too many formats. They're gonna be, you know, maybe when they're new, it might be a little complicated, but as long as you front run standard, you front run alchemy, the formats that you want to be popular, and you have these other things on the back burner, no one's going to be the wiser. You know what I mean? And then the people like me and you two will have these formats we can play. It's just, I don't know. Big old fucking rant right there.
Yeah, dude, we've talked about this. You're never getting Pauper, dude. You're never getting it. It doesn't make any money, dude. You're never getting it.
I love Pauper, dude. It's so good.
We will get fucking multiplayer before we get Pauper, dude. And that's a format that already exists in Arena. They could just literally make the queue for Pauper. And we'll get multiplayer. I'll put money on it, dude, that we will get multiplayer.
You're right. When you said that, it's funny. I'd never even thought about that. Like, I was like, oh yeah, fucking, that's right. WotC has money signs for eyes. They no way. They are like Scrooge McDuck.
We're just swimming in all of our gold.
All right. Well, that was our fucking second rant of the show so far.
That's Drunken Dork's rant.
Yeah, it was great. It's good stuff. Well, let's move into our combat phase then. Unless you guys got any last words for Explorer.
No.
Awesome.
Dorkish Combat!
All right, and Combat is our horseshit card game hosted by Drunken Dork.
What is up, everyone? So this is a horseshit card game. This is a game where I name 5 cards, or however many cards I name. It changes every fucking week. This week is no different. So the last couple of weeks I've had cards blurred. I don't know, I've done these weird things where I've done top decks and stuff like that. But this week what I am doing in theme to this announcement is I'm naming 5 cards. 4 of these cards are from Historic Anthology. 1 of these cards is not.
Oh.
And it's up to these 2 drunken idiots and all you idiots out there to figure out which one of these cards is not from Historic Anthology.
Oh, that's a toughie there. Okay. All right, I like it. All right, you guys? I'm ready. Are you ready, Apollo?
Ready to lose.
This is your first time back.
I'm back, baby.
Very excited to see
back.
this. All right, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
All right, hold on, because
wait,
I forgot.
that's the wrong one.
I forgot.
That's the wrong one. Everything has changed around, so everything looks different on this show this week because Apollo's back. So if you're actually watching, if you're actually watching the show, it's like fucking chaos. It'll be better next week, maybe. I swear, probably.
I swear, promises.
I swear, maybe.
Possibly.
All right. It's up on the screen. So.
Okay. So I honestly need to look it up because I fucking forgot which one was it. This is like super professional.
I can read them off at this point.
No, I'll read them off.
Okay.
I just forgot which one was not from Historic Anthology, so I'll read them off and then you guys figure it out, and then I'll figure it out after that.
This must be hard if you forgot it. Okay.
Okay, so the first one's going to be Mind Stone. 2 colorless mana artifact. At, I think, uncommon or common. It's tap, add a colorless mana, and then it says 1, tap, sacrifice Mind Stone, draw a card. So I don't know if you guys have ever looked at Mind Stone. This is the dumbest looking fucking card I've ever seen.
It is real stupid looking, yeah.
It's like this guy, and he's holding a hammer with a brain on it with a bunch of keys attached to the brain. And then there's a bunch of random dudes with locks for eyes standing behind it. I'm like, what is going on here? What is this?
Why is this mana? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, first one, Mind Stone.
Okay.
Second one, Think Twice. 1 in a blue for an instant at common. Draw a card, flashback, 2 in a blue. Third, we got Flame Blade Adept. 1 red mana for a creature, jackal, warrior at uncommon, has menace. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, Flame Blade Adept gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Then we have Grizzly Salvage, one of Apollo's favorite cards. Black and green, for an instant, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. Then finally, we have Phyrexian Reclamation. 1 black mana for an enchantment. 1 in black, pay 2 life. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
Oh man. All right.
So
well,
let me start it off with Apollo since he's back from the dead.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Flame Adept, whatever, that sounds like it was from Amonkhet. But that Phyrexian one sounds a little suspect. But I'm going to go with my gut and stay true and be wrong. I'm going to go with Flame Adept as fucking horseshit.
All right. Nice.
Okay.
All right, Hoshi, what do you got?
So this is one that's not from the historic anthologies, right?
That is correct.
Man, I think it is Flame Adept, right? Because Phyrexian Reclamation, that's got to be from the anthology. I haven't.
All these cards are in historic.
Yeah.
One of them is not from.
I'm gonna go with what Apollo picked. I'm gonna go with the Flame Blade Adept, actually, which I hate to pick what Apollo picks because usually that is the wrong answer. But
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It probably will be wrong. It probably will be. But I feel like Phyrexia, anything from Phyrexia has to be in a historic anthology, unless I've lost my goddamn mind. Oh, and wait, maybe it was from oh god. The Jumpstart. Maybe it was from Jumpstart. Oh shit. Oh, maybe it was.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. Was it from? Oh god. I don't know. Now I'm super. Yeah. I'll do. You know what? I don't want to pick what Apollo picks. So I'm gonna pick Phyrexian Reclamation.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick that one. Yeah. It's probably wrong. Okay.
All right. Well, like always, Apollo, you got it fucking wrong, bro. You got it wrong. All right. And Hoshi,
Oh
you
yeah.
got it right, buddy.
Yeah.
You got it right.
God.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all of these cards are from Historic Anthology, except for Phyrexian Reclamation, which was from the original Jumpstart set.
Oh my god, I fucking said it too, dude.
I think it's from like the Liliana pack
Oh
or
my
something,
God.
or the Graveyard pack. I don't remember.
Oh
Bullshit.
man, Apollo.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Right back on track.
Starting off with an L.
You're 0 for 50.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that feels
pretty
good,
good.
man. It feels good to have you right back where you're supposed to be.
Oh, wait, I'm
you know?
sorry. You're 0 for 83.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's pretty
No,
good. Pretty good odds there.
Yeah, he got a couple, I think. At one point, we were keeping
know.
track of this, and it was great. But, all right. Anyways, well, hopefully you guys did better than Apollo. So, with that, we'll
Not
move
hard to do.
into we'll move into main phase 2.
Main phase 2.
All right, so main phase 2, we're going over all of our top 5 picks for cards that will affect historic and I guess explorer probably as well. All right, I think the two are kind of synonymous for probably like power level ish. So
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll start off with Apollo. Right, you're back again. So
Nice.
let's take a look at your top 5. So let's walk us through it. What are your top 5 picks in order?
Do you want me to start off with number 1 and go down?
Let's start from
Yeah.
5. Sure. Let's start from 5.
Oh,
Count down to
5?
1. Yeah, count down to 1.
Okay.
All right. Count us down to 1. So
Yeah.
start with 5.
Start with 5. Yeah.
All right. Number 5 is going to be the Tri-Lands. I really love the Tri-Land set because, you know, they're the opposite colors and they're fetchable. The fact that they have cycling too is really relevant. Fixing your mana is always really good. And the fact that they're fetchable, they have cycling. So they're just useful in every stage of the game. You know, early game, mid game, late game. They have complete utility. So yeah, I really love it. Love the colors. Dig the Tri-Lands.
So, a quick question. I didn't bring this up earlier, and I totally meant to. So now that we have two definable formats for historic between a historic and explorer, do you think that we're gonna get fetch lands in historic? Just quick question.
No.
Okay. No.
No, not historic. Definitely not historic.
Well, I mean, definitely Pioneer doesn't have them, so that's what makes me bring that up.
I doubt it.
All right, keep going. Sorry.
Pioneer has them.
No, Pioneer does not have fetch lands.
Modern does. Yeah.
Cons.
No, Pioneer does not. They're all banned.
Modern.
Oh, that's right.
Modern
because
has
it took a million
fetches.
years to shuffle. So number 4 would be Luxior, Giada's Gift. This is a 1 mana legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. Equipped permanent isn't a planeswalker, keyword there, and is a creature in addition to its other types. Loyalty abilities can still be activated. Equipped planeswalker for 1, and regular equip cost is for 3. This is insane, dude. So planeswalkers are now creatures, and they're just going to attack. Everyone's a Gideon.
Hell yeah.
You know, WotC, people are crying like, well, why is Gideon the only one that attacks? Well, here's your artifact that makes it happen. And this is going to be broken for sure. This is going to be fucking used absolutely, because once you stabilize and you have some planeswalkers down, some key ones being like Liliana to like clear the board and make sure that you can start getting your super friends assembled, and now you can swing with them. So you can dirtle and put all the counter spells and kill spells and discard spells you want, because your planeswalkers are going to attack for you. This is an insane card. It'll definitely see play in Historic and Historic Brawl. Probably Pioneer as well. The next one, that would be number 3, is Giada, Font of Hope. It is the 2 mana for a 2/2, 1 colorless, 1 white for legendary creature, Angel, Flying Vigilance. Each other Angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each Angel you already control, and then tap, add white. Spend this to only cast Angels. Angel Tribal, hey, that's cool, and they get a mana dork for Angels. Like,
that's
the flavor wise,
just what we needed, right? We're Angel bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. Is it gonna like make fucking Angels insane in best of 3? No. Best of 1, Angels will definitely be there. I don't think it's gonna be like
they're there.
Like, I don't think it's gonna be like oppressive.
Yeah.
They didn't need this, and this made them so much better. Or not so much better, but it made it better.
It's legendary.
The fact that it taps for mana, and it's, and it is an Angel, and it builds off that Angel synergy. Yeah, this is like, that stupid Angel that comes in, that other 2 mana Angel that gets +1 for every time an Angel enters. Yeah. You replace it with this in a heartbeat.
No, absolutely.
Now, with relation to Explorer, I was thinking, oh my God, Angel Tribal and Explorer with Archangel Athun, because she does care about counters.
Yeah. Do we have Tune?
No. In Pioneer, you do.
Yeah.
So eventually we will.
Pioneer doesn't have Thune. Thune is from... No, Thune's not in Pioneer.
Guilds of Ravnica.
No.
Yes,
Thune's in...
Return to Ravnica.
No. I'm telling you.
Absolutely does. It's in... Yes, I have 4 copies of it.
It's from Innistrad. Which was... They were side by side. So, Archangel Athun was... I'm pretty sure.
I'm like looking it up right now because you two are.
All right.
Oh no, it's in an M set. It's in an M an M set. That's why. Okay. Yeah, because you remember how they had the M sets in between.
It's in core. That's what I'm thinking. It's in core 14. It is in Iconic Masters. And it is in Double Masters. That's
okay. Well, fuck what I said. But regardless, Giada is still going to be a pretty useful card.
It's a good card. The fact that it taps for mana and it's a white card, and I mean that's always going to be good.
It's good. Yeah.
The fact that it taps, is already. It's already good enough. So coming in at number 2 is going to be Arcane Bombardment, 4 colorless, 2 red for an enchantment at Mythic. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard. Then copy each card exiled with Arcane Bombardment. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs. Now, I know you guys play more Historic. I play more Historic Brawl as of late. So I picked this card specifically probably for Historic Brawl because there's a lot of fucking shenanigans. 6 mana is definitely too high for regular Historic.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. But Historic Brawl,
this surprised me that you picked this. Yeah,
we gonna see this for sure, and definitely Commander. Yeah, just doing shenanigans with graveyards, like this is gonna be nuts. I mean, the more that you have exiled with this, it's just more free spells, and you're definitely gonna see this in Brawl. And then the final one, which is also for Historic Brawl, Lord Xander the Collector, 4 colorless and blue, black, red for a 6/6 legendary creature, vampire demon noble.
Word soup.
A lot of stuff here. And there's a lot of text. So basically, when he enters the battlefield, target opponent discards half the cards in their hand, rounded down. And then whenever he attacks, defending player mills half their library, rounding down. Nice. And then whenever he dies, target opponent sacrifices half of the non-land permanents they control. Rounded down. This is gonna be fucking cringe, frustrating.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be really mad, and I love it. I'm definitely gonna play this in Historic Brawl.
We're gonna see this in Historic.
No, we're gonna see.
Absolutely
I mentioned
sure
this in our not Reddit, fucking Discord. Yeah. I mentioned this in our Discord. This is a reanimator target for sure.
Absolutely.
Like this enters the battlefield. It doesn't have a cast trigger. It has an enter the battlefield trigger, right?
Yeah.
And then when it dies, it has a trigger. So if someone wants to be like, okay, kill that thing. Yeah. So it is a pesk, man.
This thing's really good against control, specifically for reanimators, because reanimator decks have a hard time with control. They're really good against creature decks because that like Angel that we have like really shuts down creature decks. It's basically game over with that, right? But a control deck has board wipes. They have targeted removal. They have planeswalkers. They have a bunch of shit that can fuck that deck up, right? But if this hits the battlefield, this is gonna punish those decks really bad. So I think it's going to be great for Reanimator. I know a lot of people are excited about it. So
I'm actually really glad you picked this, Apollo, because this was like, I didn't put this in my cards because I personally don't think it's top 5, but it is actually my favorite card to come out of this set. I'm glad you picked it. It's really cool.
Yeah, and the art design's like fucking dope too, right? Yeah. He's just like some devil looking dude with like a mink coat, and he's like, fuck you and all your things.
His family is apparently fucking everybody because he's like 7 creature types or whatever. So.
Vampire, demon, noble, elf, dwarf, sliver.
All right, Drunken, you're up next. What are your top 5? 5 to 1.
Oh, all right, 5 to 1. So Apollo, you haven't done this in a while. I'm going to do this right. All right. When we name cards, bro, we go around the table. We're like, what do you think about this card? Paul just likes to hear him talk. So my number 5 is going to be the Tri-Lands, of course.
Just what do you think about those cards?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Originally, I was going to, I picked them, and then I didn't pick them because my picks are so fucking boring.
Yeah.
But that's because the set sucks for Historic, man. It's just not that good. And that's my number 5. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean they're the most important thing in the set, right? I think they're the other side of those. This is one of the things I think most people are like looking forward to. But like we've talked about so many times before in this podcast, lands are like tires for your car. You can only get so excited for them, but your car doesn't fucking work without them. So they're super important.
That's a good point.
They're just they're just not the most they're not the sexiest cards, like Xander, like that top pick. That's a sexy
very
card.
Sexy
that
card.
does a lot. That does a lot of really cool shit. These come in and they make mana or they cycle, but they're so good and they're so useful in so many ways, especially for any deck that has 3 colors. Like, come on, if you're running 3 colors, you need these fucking lands. So it's great. Yeah. It's great that we're getting them. I like. It's definitely top 5 for sure.
Nice. Apollo.
You guys already heard me say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dig it.
Cool. Next one's going to be Void Rend. It is white, blue, black For an instant, it says this spell can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent.
Yeah.
This card looks really good to me. I mean, it's in the perfect color scheme, right? It just destroys anything on the field for 3 mana. They get nothing out of it. So all our other destroy target permanent, they generally get something unless it's like 4 or more mana. So this is a really cheap destroy target permanent. Besides what is instant speed? What's that one that destroys target permanent, all other permanents with the same name?
Maelstrom Pulse.
Maelstrom Pulse, but that's sorcery speed.
It is. Yeah.
So this is our instant speed version of that. I really like it. What do you guys think? I'll start with Apollo.
Yeah, Esper, 3 mana catch-all. It's fucking perfect. Control's gonna love this. It's definitely gonna push Esper control into the forefront, and I think that's something that a lot of people have been wanting, especially me. Esper control's my favorite form of control, and this is another utility card that can help out with that. Yeah, with no like negative effects. Yeah, sure, it's tricolor, but you get the catch-all. It doesn't have like, but you get like a treasure token or something. Like it's this thing is fucking done. Get out of here. So yeah, dig the card.
Yeah.
Oshi.
I like it. I think that the weird thing about this card is that I think its best opponent is a control deck, right? Obviously, because it can't be countered, right? It could take out the stupid Teferi Planeswalker, that's sitting there, and he's like, let's slow this down or whatever. And you're like, no, you fucking die, and no one can stop me from doing that, right? Yeah. So I really like it for control against control matchups. I think it does have a little bit of a problem in Historic with the amount of swarming creatures that we have. It's a 3. Totally. It's a 3. Like it's a very restrictive on the mana cost, and you can only kill 1 permanent with it. So it's kind of rough for Historic, but I do think it's really good against control matchups. And I like the card. I mean, I love anything that says can't be countered. I'm a sucker for those cards. I love them. It just feels so good to be able to cast something and be like, it's gonna make it. This card it's going off.
There's almost no way, except for that fucking enchantment that can exile anything on the stack. I forget what that's called. Besides that, there's no way you're going to get rid of this. I agree 100% with both of what you guys just said. Nice. All right, my third one's going to be Giada, Font of Hope. I think we've all talked about this. Great card. This is going to be incredible. It's going to add to the format, I think, to the Angel deck. You guys have anything to say?
No, it's great. No.
All right, and then I have this wild set of cards here.
This is an interesting pick. What is this?
So this is this spell costs 2 less if it targets a color that is like opposite of it. Oh. So yeah, so I think these are all really, really good sideboard cards, and we've seen this before. I forget what the blue one is, but we see it where it returns a green card to your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
So the black one is whack. 3 and a black. This spell costs 3 less to cast if it targets a white creature. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn.
Yikes.
And then we have the blue one. This spell costs 2 less if it targets a green permanent. Return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Draw a card for 1 blue mana for 1 blue mana and a colorless. That's really good.
Yeah.
Then we have the white one, which I think this is the weakest one. The spell costs 2 less if it targets a red creature. Knockout blow deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, and you gain 2 life. And then the green one, this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a black permanent. So it's a 1 green mana spell. Bouncer's Beatdown deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. This one's insane.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And then the red one is X red. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a blue permanent. This spell can't be countered. Torch Breath deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. So for 1 red mana, it deals 2 damage. Yeah. And then you can, fucking potentially get it higher. I think these cards are all really good and really strong sideboard cards. What do you guys think? What do you think about these cards, Michael?
So I really like the black one that you named. I think you said Wretch or something like that.
Whack.
And whack.
That's whack, bro.
That's whack, yo.
That's whack,
yeah.
Wiggity whack.
I really dig that one. And then the 1 mana red spell. Forgot what you said for that, but like what it's called. But I really dig that one as well.
I just think like these are really good punishing cards for a sideboard, right? Like I think Whack is good. I think the green one is really good if you're running a green deck. You know, I think it's just maybe 2 of in your sideboard, right? Like, I just think it works well. What do you think, Hoshi?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're just strictly sideboard cards, though. They're just so weirdly specific. They have to be.
Yeah,
No.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to move on to my final card. Also a sideboard card, but I fucking love this immensely. Structural Assault. It is 3 red for a sorcery. It says destroy all artifacts. Then Structural Assault deals damage to each creature equal to the number of artifacts that were put into the graveyard from the battlefield this turn.
Oh my
so
God.
Very small. Yeah. So I think this card is really good because we don't have enough artifact hate, I think, in our format.
That's
when
true.
artifacts are so strong. Like there is only a few decks that are viable, but those decks are strong, you know, and they do really, really well in the meta at certain points of the meta that I think we just need more stuff like this. So well, I'm going to start off with Hoshi. What do you think of Structural Assault?
I think this is an insane commander card, really, like because you're wiping out, because artifacts are huge in commander, so you're wiping out a ton of artifacts, and you're like basically at that point is not only an artifact wipe, it's also a board wipe because it's probably dealing so much damage to all the creatures that are out there. So yeah, I think this is crazy for a commander. I think it's a good sideboard card for historic, but I would never main board this.
Never.
Unless like mono brown became like, you know, a good 30% of the meta or something, and I was running a red deck. Other than that, yeah, I don't think I would run this.
I dig this for Historic Brawl because there is a ton of fucking artifacts. So this is a safe one to put into the 99. Especially because like lately I've been playing a lot of like Dimir artifact kind of decks, and they just do hand hate, and then I forget the combination, but you like double your treasure artifacts. Like you cast a spell, you untap everything with Paradox Engine, you just keep casting spells, you double your treasure tokens, so they just essentially have infinite mana. And this guy right here, I'm looking at you, that will stop that. So I dig it.
That's funny.
Yeah, this card wasn't picked to be a main board card.
Yeah.
I think in generally when I pick cards out of a new set, like the most inspiring cards I find are the ones that fit in the sideboard. It had to be something really strong generally for me to pick it as number 1 or 2. But like the fact that this is a 5 mana card, yeah, that is expensive, but it destroys all artifacts. That's the cheapest destroy all artifacts card we have in our format. And like, that is what I'm stressing here. I think we do need more artifact hate in our format.
Yeah.
Like, there's a way where artifacts just get out of control really, really quick. And we don't have enough stuff at low CMC to deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
And this is a step in the right direction. It's not the best thing, but it is something. I think it's like I said, a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done on my fucking soapbox.
All right, cool. Well then, last but not least, let's go through my top 5. All right, so my 5th pick is going to be Void Rend. Because like I said, I think it is a good card, but it definitely has some faults to it in historic, which is just it's single target removal for 3 and constrictive 3. But it's cool, and I like it, and I think a lot of people like this card, but I have a feeling it will peter off after the initial, like, you know, let's craft this card and, you know, and be mean, Esper players and, you know, just make hate. So, yeah, you guys got anything else for Void Rend?
No, I think we said it all.
Okay, cool. Next, I have a new one. This is my only new one that you guys have not picked so far, and this is Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. He is a 3-drop Planeswalker, 1 a black and a red for legendary Planeswalker Nixilis at Mythic Rare, and he has Casualty X. The Casualty X, the copy isn't legendary, and its starting loyalty is X. So what that means is you kill a creature, right? And whatever that creature's
You sacrifice a creature.
Yeah, you sacrifice one of your own creatures, and whatever that creature's power is going to be what Ob Nixilis's loyalty is. What Ob Nixilis's copy's loyalty is going to be. So that means you're getting a second Ob Nixilis when you cast this thing if you have a creature that you can sack. This works really well in sack decks, like really, really well, because you're getting double Planeswalkers with this. Usually sack decks want to kill a creature, so he is playing into that, and then getting 2 Planeswalkers on turn 3 is fucking crazy. I think that's nuts. And then he probably won't be the copy of Ob Nixilis probably won't be that strong, but still, you're getting a secondary Planeswalker on turn 3. 2 Planeswalkers is a lot to deal with, I think. And so, especially if your opponent hasn't hit the ground running yet, you're leaps and bounds ahead of them. So his +1 is each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card, and then if you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. Okay, great, because his -2 is create a 1/1 devil creature token with whenever a creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. So basically a devil, right? They all do that. And then his -7 is target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. So that's maybe kill them off when they're a little low with that. He comes in with 3 loyalty, so his loyalty isn't crazy, but I still think this card's pretty nuts. So Apollo, what do you think about Ob Nixilis?
This is insane. Rakdos is just getting more gas. The first thing that comes to mind is like discard, hand hate, stuff like that cares about like sacrifice matters, right? So you can do the 3-mana Regisaur, the Rotting Regisaur.
Oh, yeah.
You can sack it, right, to Casualty X. And then you have an Ob Nixilis with 7 loyalty counters.
Oh, God.
And you haven't activated yet.
Yeah.
So now you get dual modal. You have one do the negative and the other do the plus, or if the -7 is relevant at the time. This is insane.
Yeah.
And that's just something my dumb brain came up with the top of my head. Like, dude, that's crazy to me. You can really pack a punch with this card. We're for sure going to see play, for sure.
Drunken, what do you think about of Ob Nixilis?
Yeah, no, it's actually excellent that you named the dinosaur, because that's where I was going with this, is the dinosaur, man. Yeah, you play this on turn 4, depending on what colors. If you're playing green, red, black, you play this on turn 3. You never know with this card, right?
Yeah.
You sack something, you get another Ob Nixilis, or you don't. Like, the crazy thing about this is paired with your number 2 card. Sorry, I'm not trying to spoil anything. Luxor.
Yeah.
Like, this pairs really well with something like that, right? Or better yet, your twin pairs very well with something like that, where it can -2. Like, maybe you sack a 2 power creature and then you still have 2 fucking Ob Nixilises, right? Like, it's insane, man. I don't know. Like, this is a really good card.
Yeah.
It's really hard to judge, I think, because it only fits in a handful of decks. It's until some really smart, well-played Magic players start using it that we see where it is. People like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking? Like, if you were to sack like Rotting Regisaur, right? And then you equipped that Ob Nixilis with Giada's Gift, because I'm going off what you're saying. Dude, it would be, if I'm right, it's a 14/14.
Yeah, it is a 14/14. Yeah, you're right.
What the fuck,
It still
dude?
has summoning sickness, though, unfortunately.
Hey, whatever. You're protecting your 3-mana Planeswalker, which is already insane. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is
Yeah, it's great.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's good.
It's great. Yeah, I think we're gonna see this a lot in like basically any Rakdos deck. I think any Rakdos deck is running Ob Nixilis, right? Like they usually run.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe. I mean, it depends how much it slows down the fucking cat oven, though. Cat oven is still one of the strongest things you can do in our dumb format. You know,
you can't stop the kitty.
Yeah, but you can't stop the fucking pussy, man.
But who gives a shit if your cat dies, right? Your cat is a good casualty target for this, right?
It is.
Yeah,
you're right.
So you're getting another planeswalker out of your dumb cat dying too. So like,
but your devil, I think the devil still is stronger than this. The pinging devil, whatever that's called. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's hard. It's easier to kill though than this. Planeswalkers are still difficult to deal with, right? So
that is true.
And having two of them makes it very diverse, especially if you have creatures on the battlefield too. Like. In this, it's once again, I just want to emphasize, it's a fucking 3-drop.
It's I like it.
3-drop where you can get 2 planeswalkers. That part blows my mind. All right, so Ob Nixilis, I'm gonna move away from my boner for him, even though I don't play Rakdos. I'm still like,
I know
what?
This is such an odd pick for you. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I really
actually number 5 was an odd pick for you too, because you're definitely not a
Esper player
black,
either.
White, blue, yeah.
I just like the card. I don't know. I can appreciate cards. I can appreciate their card designs, even if I will end up hating them when I play against them. And I have a feeling I'm going to hate Ob Nixilis when I play against him, because he's going to be terrifying. I can already see myself being pissed when somebody casts 2 on turn 3 when I have 2 lands down, and I'm like, fucking.
You will find a way.
What?
Llanowar Elf, Ob Nixilis, turn 2.
And I have 1 mana on the field, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good game. I'm done. I'm done.
Llanowar Elf, Ob Nixilis, turn 2.
And then you sack the Llanowar Elf.
You have 2 Ob Nixilises out.
Oh my god.
They discard 2 fucking cards.
Or take 4 damage. Or take 4 damage from it. Yeah, because it's either or. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah. This is my stomach hurts. So anyway, so we got Giada. Oh, I don't think you can do that turn 2, right? Unless you had a dual land. Never mind. Yeah, if you had a dual land, you could do it.
You absolutely can.
Yeah. Never mind. I'm an idiot. All right. So my third pick is Giada Font of Hope, which we already talked about. It's a super good angel that is going to be more annoying now in the very good angel deck that is coming. I just want to point out, I was like one of the first ones to be excited about angel decks.
You were. I was actually going to point that out earlier.
And all you guys shat on me. You're like,
no, that's not true.
You're like, angels will never. Yeah, that's true. You definitely shat on.
I shat on. It's like, you fucking idiot.
You
angels.
idiot.
That's the dumbest idea I have ever heard.
Angels will never be a tribal. You dipshit.
Yeah. Stop reaching for the clouds, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
And then
everyone hates me.
And then in Apollo, he's like, dude, that's an incredible idea. Yeah, angels, this is great. It turns out that I'm the real fucking
and I don't even play it now. I don't even play the stupid deck. All right, so anyways, Giada, she's giving more gas to that deck. Nice. And then Luxior, Gaida's gift, and then so it's her again. I guess that she gives a gift to fucking
Giada?
Giada gives a gift to Elspeth, is from what it looks like in this card, and it's a dumb looking sword, I think, with a weird bubble that looks like something that you put in your garden bed to like feed your like one of those water bubble
she got
things.
It fucking Spencer's and shit.
Yeah, it's like one of those water bubbles where you feel it up and you like put it in the garden, or in your plant, and it feeds it water over a period of, that's what it looks like to me anyways. This thing, it's so good. I love this so much. This is probably my favorite card in the set by far, because I love planeswalkers. I think they're great. And then this on Gideon Blackblade, who becomes a 4/4 during your turn, right? Like, he makes Gideon better, because Gideon can by the time Gideon can swing in, right, on turn 4 potentially, or 3, I guess, when if you had like Llanowar Elf, he's going to be a fucking 10-10. You know, he'll be a 10-10 at that point because he's already a 4-4, and then he gets all the pluses from whatever his loyalty counters are going to be. So, yeah, he would be an indestructible 10-10 at that point, which is, pretty good. I'd say, and that's just him. And then combined with so many other planeswalkers, this is going to go awesome with. I'm glad they made it a legendary because having multiple of these would be crazy. I feel like, and then not on top of that too. Sarkin, the masterless, who makes all your planeswalkers creatures too, right? Like this already on top of them with that, and then now they're flying and they're 4/4s, so they get the It's nuts. I love it. I love it a lot. I think there's like endless fun possibilities with this card, with Planeswalkers. So I'm really glad they finally did this, because it always weirded me out that like, oh, once you become a Planeswalker, you can't fucking kill anybody anymore. You can't attack, right? You just sit there on the side and you're like, I do pluses and minuses now. What? Yeah, what? You become an immortal, like amazing Planeswalker, and all you do is plus and minuses now. You're like, I will not actually hit you. I just do this, except for Gideon. He was like the only one. So did you guys have anything else to add for Luxior?
Apollo, I do, but yeah. Apollo, go.
Gideon, that's going to be broken in Commander. This is going to get banned, I think. I think it's going to get banned.
Maybe in Commander.
Because there's a Gideon. There's a Gideon.
In Commander it's going to get banned?
Yeah.
Or in Historic or what?
I mean, if people can fucking utilize it, because I'm only, my dumb brain is only thinking of one Planeswalker specifically, and that's the Gideon where it pluses. It already made pluses, and then it sees all the creatures you have, and it gets all the loyalty counters for each creature you have. So you get all those, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you...
Watley. That's not in Historic though.
Yeah, right? It is.
No, it's not. It's okay. Is it?
No, Watley. No, Watley is. Yeah, the one that pluses for every creature that you have. Yeah. You have that Brawl deck, Apollo. You've played against me with it. Yeah. The Watley, she's from what is it? Ixalan.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She's from Ixalan, yeah.
I was talking specifically about Gideon. But
I know,
yeah,
but
that's
Watley,
a fucking
Watley
great
does
one
that
too.
same thing too, and she is in Historic, where she pluses. She could be an insanely huge creature.
That's insane, dude.
She could be nuts.
This is going to get banned.
I don't know, yeah.
Going to be swinging it in for fucking 2 mana to make this work. Yeah. 2 mana.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. But, okay, so this is where I'm going to shit on your parade, because that's what Drunken Dork does. He likes to shit on parades.
He's like, no fun for you.
The problem is Luxor Giada's Gift. It's only one. It is a one cast no matter what. Yeah. But it's only a one equip on a Planeswalker specifically.
Yep.
So, and it only gives +1/+1 for each counter on a creature.
Yeah.
So this really only works. Like, I fucking love this card. Yeah. I really do. I almost put it in mine too. Like, I really wanted to, but like I started thinking about it, and I know I have a completely different opinion than you guys, but it really only works in certain decks, right? And it's pinpointed at Planeswalker control. Like I think Apollo originally said, I think it works really well in a control deck because you're running several Planeswalkers like Narset and Teferi, where this card would just work really, really well on either of those two. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. It's a finisher. Yeah. It's like it's a better finisher than things they currently have sometimes,
absolutely.
Besides Sharknado, it works maybe in like some other type of weird, obscure, like mid-rangey deck that I don't know about. But like the best thing about it's colorless through and through, right? So you can put in any deck you want. The problem is that it does nothing to a creature unless a creature has counters. +1/+1. Yeah.
Any counters.
No, that's not true, because it says equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on it. Yeah. So it already has loyalty counters. So those counters.
Well, yeah, the Planeswalker. You're saying creatures.
The Planeswalkers, but the creatures get nothing unless they have a counter.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck the creatures. This is for planeswalkers.
Yeah,
dude.
but that's my point. It's very specific.
Yeah.
You know, it's like very, very specific.
It
is a good card, though,
it
for
is,
sure. I'm not
yeah.
saying it's not a good card.
I
It's
think
a dope card.
I think it works well with the shield counter creatures too, that are in this, right? Because they're protected. They have the shield counters that counts as the 1/1s, but it's 3 to equip for that. So yeah, fuck that. It's for planeswalkers. This thing is.
I mean, it
sure,
does work
yeah.
well with that. What was that set that came out with all the cards that you put as your companion or whatever? What was that set?
Oh, Ikoria. Wait, not Ikoria.
Yeah, Ikoria. Yeah.
Was it Ikoria?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, it was Ikoria.
Okay.
Yeah, it works really well in that set because that's where they introduce
Sounds like it.
death touch counters, flying counters, lifelink counters. You know, all these weird counters.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Like with things like that, it will work good because it'll give them +1/+1 on top of that. But
maybe.
the thing is, like,
The equip's too high.
it's a very straightforward card, and it obviously is meant for planeswalker cards, right?
Absolutely.
More than anything.
That's where it should
Which is
stay.
why I disliked it in the end. Like, it was going to be one of my picks. It absolutely was.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's very narrow.
Okay. Well, that was a great pessimistic view from you.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome.
Thanks for shitting on my favorite card, dick face. But
No, it's not your favorite card because your favorite card's yet to come. You
No.
Yeah.
This is my favorite card. This is not my top 5 favorites. I would have picked different cards if I would have. These are the top 5 cards that I think is going to be best in historic, and to give way to my top pick, it's got to be the Tri-Lands. It's the Tri-Lands.
Nice. It's a great pick. Yeah.
For the top pick because it's the best fucking cards in this set, because it's going to be used in historic. If you craft these fucking Tri-Lands, you will use them. You will use them eventually in some deck, right? They will be useful to you. You might craft my favorite card, Giada's Gift, and it might not be useful to you, you know, like, who knows? Like, maybe it won't be the best. Maybe you don't like Planeswalker. Maybe Planeswalker's decks just won't be viable, you know, but Tri-Lands will be. They will absolutely be used. So like we said, it is a boring pick, but it is the best pick in my opinion for this set. I think it's the most relevant thing for historic out of this entire set. Do you guys think I'm crazy for saying this? Do you think there was a better?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I mean, we all put it in our picks.
It is. It's just the most boring.
Yeah, it's just boring.
It is. Yeah,
that's all.
It's the most boring one, but I had to put it as one. I couldn't legit put anything above it without thinking like, no, come on, it's got to be, it's got to be the tires. It's the tires. They light the fires, you know. So, all right. Well, unless you guys got anything else to say about our top 5s, I think we're good.
We've been going.
I just
real
had a
long.
final thought about Capenna in general.
That's a good, that's good to know. Go ahead. Yeah, what's up?
It's just the streets of Capenna to me are really lackluster. So I think we have like a very small pool of cards to pick from. And as a drunken man once said, you need tires to drive a car or something dumb or whatever you said, Hoshi.
you know, honestly, it's been like this for a while.
Yeah.
Right? Like every time Hoshi and I have fucking talked about a new set release, it's been boring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been nothing really exciting to introduce to our format.
Let me ask you guys something. Like, now that I'm back in the mix, like, they really could have done something with this set, right? Like, dude, I'm thinking BioShock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like steampunk, and I don't know.
I'm thinking cons,
and
man.
Nothing to me looks steampunk. I thought this was like supposed to be steampunk.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking the last tri-sets. Cons.
No, it's not supposed to be steampunk. It's not supposed to be.
It's like
supposed to be like 1920s, like fucking
flappers.
Fucking BioShock, dude.
Flappers or whatever.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I don't see any of that. I see a fucking sword from Elspeth that looks like you stick it in the fucking garden or backyard. You know, Ob Nixilis looks like he's still like in you know, like
the altered art looks like it though. It looks very
altered art. Oh, okay. I gotta pay a lot of gold for that one though, huh? Or is it gems only? Oh, dang.
We're free to play.
Dang.
Drunken.
Yeah.
God damn it. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm free to play, bro.
How dare you? Yeah. Okay, so Drunken, what do you think overall of Capenna? Or Capenna or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
All right.
This dumb name for a set.
Capenna.
Yeah.
I think
Kadumma.
out of 5, I give it a 2.
A 2. Oof, man. Yeah, that's brutal. I'd say 2.5 just because of the lands. It's got the lands. Those are useful. Those are a good completion to the like
Going
Ikoria.
on a 10-point scale, you're gonna change shit up on me. That's fine.
To the Ikoria set. Yeah. I just thought I'd just top you a little bit. I'd be like,
Now
actually,
Paula's gonna say
it's a
2.3.
It's a
We'll
2.2.
go on a 100-point scale.
It's a 2.
You're gonna go with a 2.75.
Yeah,
It's almost a 3. No.
7.5, huh?
No,
Very
I'll give it a
fancy.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm probably gonna give it 1.5.
Yeah.
I really think this set's garbage.
Yeah, you know, I didn't.
There's only there's cards that work and there's cards that are utterly useless and for standard.
This could
standard.
honestly, this could be an entire like separate podcast topic about us about like what is that line between an exciting set and a broken fucking set and a boring set, right? There's a thin fucking line between that. I feel like between. I
don't think so.
I think it is because they've pushed the power level too far. They pushed the power level so far, you know. So that
let's talk about it in another podcast.
All right, yeah, let's do it next time. Yeah, unless something else crazy pops up with some fucking, you know,
which will probably happen.
some coked out fucking wizard exec is gonna like kick the door in and be like, "Oh, got a new fucking, I got a new format."
You mean Mark fucking what's his name?
Mark. Oh yeah, Mark Rosewater. Except he would be like,
Mark Rosewater.
He'd be like, "Hey guys, I got a new." I can't do his voice. I can't do his voice. Holy shit! Yeah, I thought it was a joke. The first time
I saw him talk live at fucking Comic-Con once. I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I gotta leave right now.
I've listened to his podcast and it's great. His content is really good, but fuck, that voice is so hard. That poor guy, man. I think he's probably a really good dude, and I feel bad for shitting on him, but fuck. Anyways,
all right, let's move on.
Okay, yeah. So with that, then let's move into our end step. There it is, my favorite voiceover. All right, so end step is where we usually just talk about you know, like what we've been doing outside, but we've been we're not doing that. No. We're not doing that.
No,
we're doing a new thing where we check our Discord channel for our comments, questions, and concerns. We need a soundbite for that. We gotta do that. We gotta make a fun soundbite for that. So
I'll record it.
So Drunken. What's in the mailbox?
We only have 2, and it's from Binary Soloist.
Okay.
And Binary Soloist has to say, I'm sorry, maybe you guys are doing this is a bit, but I have to say, only heard the opener so far. It's Capenna, not Capnia. All right. So hey, Hoshi, Drunken Dork, you fucking idiots, learn how to talk and read and
that's great. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I knew that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only a matter. I mean, we're gonna get corrected weekly.
It wasn't a bit. It wasn't Binary Souls. It was not a bit. We are.
It is not a bit.
We don't have a strong grasp.
We are extremely stupid and don't know how to read.
Don't have a strong grasp of the English language.
It's sad because I speak no other language. All right, and then Binary Soloist on a second comment here on 419, which was just a couple days ago. I don't think shield counters are particularly good against the popular blue-white control removal in the format. Divine Purge, farewell. March of Otherworldly Light, and Wandering Emperors, -2 ability. I'll ignore them.
Yeah.
Going to give Rakdos Arcanus fits, though. Probably have to include Meat Hook, Massacre, which also ignores them. So all these cards ignore the fucking shield.
The shield counter, yeah. Yeah, I still think it's a good ability. I mean, yes, all those things do get around it, but I feel like I don't see the march I have seen the most of recently. Now, obviously, yeah, Meat Hook Massacre is a super good card for a lot of reasons.
Dude, that card's so good.
It's so good, yeah. But I think those are a little bit of a minority in the removal sector, you know, where like things like Fatal Push and just like shocks and all those other things are way more prevalent, and the shield counter does stop those things. So I still think shield counter is great. I just don't think the cards that are using it are particularly good. I don't think any of the shield counter cards. Clearly, we didn't pick any of them in our top 5.
Yeah,
but I do like that mechanic. I think it's strong. It's just those cards kind of suck that are using it, which we've seen a lot of times where there's a mechanic where I'm like, oh, that fucking mechanic sounds awesome, and then it's just like, and then they never fucking touch it again. So I don't know. But I like the comment.
Apollo.
Maybe in 5 years when we do Return to the Streets of Capenna.
Return to Capenna.
Return to Capenna.
Yeah.
They'll get the fucking theme correct and maybe make shield counters better. But, you know, stall is good. Mm-hmm. Anything that stalls is inherently good.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you guys said, the bodies themselves aren't necessarily good. So
it's
so...
sorry, I was just gonna say it's nice to give creatures a little bit of like protection, right? Like I feel like hexproof is like they have to be careful with giving creatures hexproof because they could be way too strong for that, right? That breeds.
Well, that's why they do ward now.
Yeah, ward is better than hexproof.
I can't wait until Pioneer. We're gonna get that 1 mana elf that has hexproof, and it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane for enchantments. That's gonna be so good. For enchantments, right? So they have to be careful for something like that. So shield counters is a good like stopgap in between there. You know, it's better against board wipes, but it's, you know, it's got its downfall. So I think it's a good mechanic, bad application. Yeah.
So what makes it good, I think, is when. So you're right. Minus all. It's the shield counter does literally nothing, right? But it's basically like hexproof and indestructible in one almost at a point. Yeah. Where if you're trying to target it individually, it becomes very viable, right? Because indestructible does nothing against -4/-4, but hexproof does something against my target creature gets -4/-4.
Yep.
So this does something against both of those, and then the counter goes away. But if you have a way to proliferate those counters, I think it's where it gets really strong. Or if there's instance, it really depends on what you print on the card. And I think we addressed this.
Yeah.
It's like if you have an instant that says target creature gets indestructible and then, you know, at the end of combat gets a fucking shield counter or something like that, then like it becomes significantly better, right?
Yeah.
So I think it just depends. As time goes on, cards get stronger, abilities get stronger, and I think this is a step in the right direction of like a very powerful ability.
Yeah, I think what Binary Soulless brought up there when he was talking about like the downsides of it is a good mechanic to have for it, right? Like there should be some kind of way to defeat it, right? Yeah, you can't make it too strong.
Absolutely.
Right?
It can't be indestructible.
Yeah.
Indestructible, not in the Magic terms.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's good to do that. Yeah. There should be a downside to card. Everything in Magic should have a counter to it, right? That's the whole thing. That's the one thing that I hate about pushback stuff. There's no counter to pushback besides like hexproof, really. Right? Like there should be like I've mentioned this a few times, a grounding ability that stops your cards from being bounced. So like Cyclonic Rift wouldn't be able to do anything, right?
I like that a lot.
I don't know why they've never made a grounding ability.
It'll happen eventually.
Everything in Magic should have a counter to it. So that's one of the things I really hate about Cyclonic Rift. there's no counter to it really. Like it gets around everything, which should not exist.
It's the most perfect removal.
Yeah, it shouldn't exist. Everything in Magic should have some weird ability that stops it in some way. And I think grounding wouldn't be that good of an ability, right? But it would be something that would stop that specific thing. It needs to exist. So yeah. Anyways, that was a good comment. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Binary Soloist.
yeah, it sparked a weird.
Yeah, I just want to say I haven't been on for a while, and I really love like all these like little added channels. I know we've been going on for a long time, but I just want to say my piece to you guys out there. Join the Discord because I love it when we get checked, and I love that you guys are so much more smarter than we are, and these ideas are really good.
Smarter than we are. Yeah.
That's a perfect way of saying that.
See, words.
That's a perfect way of expressing that.
My little fucking shirt pussies are really acting up right now. So.
Hell, dude. Yeah,
You're getting fatter by the second.
Is it getting worse, dude? Yeah, your shirt is. It's like.
It's getting worse. He's exploding, dude. Dude, the buttons are like at the seams, dude. They're like about to bust off.
God, man. All right.
Greasy.
Well, let's move into our cleanup phase. Cleanup. All right, and cleanup is just our social media stage. It's a real quick one where we just talk about like what Apollo was talking about in the last section of like how you can actually like interact with us and like hang out with us or watch us or listen to us on the go. So yeah, we have a YouTube where we upload this every week. If you want to see how gross we look, you can get on there and see us on YouTube. And you know, besides that, we also add in like the cards that we're talking about, and we look at the web pages and stuff. So like, you know, if you want to watch us, it's, you know, if not, if you want to just listen to us, if you saw us and you were like,
what are you even saying?
If you saw
watch us, just watch us.
If you saw our faces and you were like, that is not for me, I totally agree.
Probably not. Yeah.
Then we are.
There's another YouTube suggestion somewhere.
Then we are on every podcast way that you can get us. We're on YouTube, or it's not YouTube. We're on fucking Spotify. Oh, normally I have little prompts up there, but like I said, it's a shit show this week. So yeah, we're on Spotify and all the podcast shit. We're all out there. We're not on Twitch anymore because we're too dumb to be able to handle that at the same time. Yep. At some point, maybe we'll return there if our brains are functioning fully again. But as of right now, it's a no, unless anyone like really wants us on Twitch or some shit. And then
very numerous people want us on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, maybe if Wizards comes up with another MMO, the gem that came out, you know, we'll come back.
No, we won't. And not for that. And then, like we've all been talking about, the Discord, right? Join the Discord. We've been bad on it because things have been crazy recently. My house just got struck by lightning, so I have not been on the Discord a lot recently. But yeah, I feel like we're gonna get on there a little bit more, especially with Impala's back now. This is a little reinvigorating. So yeah, join the Discord and then enter comments, questions, and concerns in that channel, and we will address whatever you put in there on the podcast, no matter how crazy it is. So with that, let's just move into our final phase, the discard phase.
Discard phase.
Best phase.
Drink 'em up, boys.
Best phase, yeah. And so discard is the most psychotic phase by far of our show, where we pound the drinks that we have untapped tonight. So, Apollo, final farewells. Any last words?
Grad. Jesus Christ.
What?
Starting strong.
Glad to be back, guys. No, glad to be back. It's fucking super dope to finally be on the podcast again. I know you guys thought it was like a meme or a bit or something we're doing. No, I'm an actual real person. Just as dumb. Super glad to be back though, and stay tuned for more gameplays. I'm gonna get back on those as well. If you guys seen them in the past, I like playing a lot of best of 3, so I want to start doing that again. Other than that, I love you guys. Join the Discord, make fun of us. Glad to be back with you two.
Dragon, anything?
I am not glad to be back with you, but yeah, farewell everyone.
All right then, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again back here on Mana Rant. Cheers, everybody.
Yikes. Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Did you finish that
was
whole
a lot.
bottle, Moshi?
Yeah, and then some. Oh, I'm on.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Good man.
Oh, it's gonna be sleepy times pretty soon.
I feel you. I feel you. Not for me, no, because I am an adult man.
Oh.
But yeah, when you're a giant baby, I understand
Yeah,
that.
You got your bottle.
I'm a giant bearded baby.
Yeah.
Baby needs his nipple.
I don't want to know where where that came from.
Is this how you and your wife talk to each other?
Yeah, I'm like, baby needs nippo.
Oh God! No. Are you wearing a bonnet?
No.
You're wearing like
No. Are you wearing diapers with a giant pin through it? Like a giant safety pin is going through your diaper.
Yeah, it's like fucking cartoon as fuck.
Do you shit your pants and she cleans it?
Yeah, legs up.
He's got like a big bottle of shit. He's shaking it.
Yeah, I got a bonnet.
Oh no!
Oh God!
No, that's terrifying.
Oh my
I
stomach.
don't want to. The problem is I'm imagining it right now, and I don't want to, but I can't help it.
Oh, my stomach hurts.